Hello, and welcome to Art Snack. Art Snack is that time of day when we take just a short break from our hectic schedule to talk about art. Hello, and welcome to Art Snack. Art Snack is that time of day when we take just a short break from our hectic schedule to talk about art. My name is Jennylynd James, and I'm an artist who enjoys painting in acrylic and making life experiences come alive on the canvas. I'd like viewers to sign up for my new course entitled Succeeding as a Fine Artist: Guidance, Tips, and Strategies. If you want to learn a lot about how to promote and sell your art and make a living selling art, sign up for my course. It's on Udemy, and the link is in the description box. Now, with me today on Art Snack is Caitleen Brown, better known as the artist Storm, all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, Caitleen.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And thank you so much for joining me today on Art Snack.
Thank you for having me.
So, Caitleen, please tell us a bit about how you got started as an artist and involved in the arts.
Well, to be honest, my family is an artsy family, very creative. My parents, both journalists and writers. Both my mother and father. My father is American. My mother is Trinidadian, both deceased. But my mother, from a very early age, saw that I loved to color, I loved to draw. Yes. And she would have supported me from a very early age. I was homeschooled. Okay. So I was given homeschool for the first 5 years of my life. Yes. So I did not do preschool. So while I was at home and my grandmother was teaching me my ABCs, my math, my mother would have bought sketch pads and coloring books. My brothers, one of my brothers, I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. Yeah. One sister deceased. My eldest brother, Ken Reyes, from Arima. I'm from Arima.
Okay.
Hi, Arima. And he is an artist.
Yes.
Still is.
Okay.
And he had so much stuff, like the sketch pads and the paints and whatever. Yes. I used to be interfering with it and following him around, but he would never give me any licks or buff me up for taking his stuff. He would show me how to use it.
Right.
So he became my first teacher and mentor.
Excellent.
So I used to do all the coloring, and he loved comic books. So I got to love comic books. So animation, cartoon drawing was my first thing.
Okay.
And then I went on from primary school. I attended Arima Girls Arts School. Very social family. So it was easy for me to just fit in that atmosphere of being alone and then going to school. Yes. And I did a little music, piano lessons and stuff. And then I went on to Arima Government Secondary School, which is Arima Central at the time. Right now, it's Arima Central. And that's where I really began to understand what art is.
Okay.
Because my teacher, Mr. Lloyd Harris, God rest his soul, he was also my brother's tutor, my elder brother's tutor, Ken. So I learned from Mr. Harris and music from Mrs. Batson. So I was always in the music room or the art room.
Right. Excellent. Mm-hmm. And so are you would you consider yourself self-taught, like in later life and experimenting?
I would think so. I did art for exams.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did art for exams at CXC level.
Excellent, yeah.
And I got a distinction there.
Ah,
And after school, I did a few courses in silkscreen printing,
okay. So you did a lot of formal training, really. Okay.
a bit.
Yes.
And having my brother with me, it was easy because he had a studio,
Yes.
and now defunct Stone and Art Creators. And I worked with him as an OJT. So I got to experience sign painting.
Oh,
So I got some experience working, painting advertisements on walls and banners and that sort of thing. And
yeah.
those days, people would use a lot of banners to advertise.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we had a lot of banners to do, and I would get to be part of that creation of the banners for
Okay. So they
companies
actually
that
hand
carried,
painted banners.
yes, hand painted banners,
Okay.
yeah, and signs,
Yes.
sign banners. So graphic design was what I really wanted to do.
Yes.
And I started painting on my clothes. So if my clothes got stained, because I was not, artists are not really careful with clothes, right?
Oh, no.
So if I'm doing a bit of tie-dyeing or bleaching
Yes.
out, it would damage my clothes. So I started to
Fine.
paint around the spots.
Okay. Creative.
And
All
my
the way.
clients would bring their clothes now for me to do that. So I started that business.
Okay.
So I had my little side business painting for fabric.
Yes.
I went on from painting banners to painting clothes.
Clothing. Okay.
And I continued doing postcard design and all sorts of anything to do with art.
Yes.
But in Trinidad, we don't make money as an artist unless you're in an organization or a clique. That's just what I recognize.
Ah.
So I decided that I needed to make some money. By then I had a son. So I jumped out of the art for a bit and I entered food and beverage.
Okay.
So that's where my degree is. And I stayed there for 20 something years.
Ah.
So I kind of was not doing much of the art per se.
For quite a while. Yes.
But when COVID came, COVID caused me to be home, and I acquired a set of pencils and paints that I got for Mother's Day.
Yes.
I started doing it again.
Yes.
And
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes. It's part of your blood, really.
Yes. I can't help it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful synopsis of your art life, your life as an artist and the journey as an artist. Now, I'd love to see some samples of your work.
Right. So because pencil is my favorite.
Yes.
I just love how it feels to just get the image of someone with pencil.
Okay.
And this is a piece of my brother in the States.
Okay.
He is a Muslim.
Yes.
He's Moorish scientist of America. So this is his outfit here. And I just love how I got his expression.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's quite realistic.
Yes, and this is a friend of mine who was challenging me to use charcoal for the first time.
Okay, charcoal, yes.
And this was the one time I ever used charcoal for the first time, and I got it. He sent me a photo of himself.
Excellent.
So this is my schoolmate, Dexter.
Yes.
And this is the charcoal.
Excellent. I like how you got the dreadlocks and everything.
Yes, I love how the charcoal gave me that realistic feel.
So it's charcoal on board?
Charcoal on I think this regular sketch pad.
Okay.
Yes, regular sketch pad.
Yes.
So it's charcoal and pencil.
Okay. Beautifully done.
This piece is fabric, because fabric design is that was my first love.
Okay.
I love the pencil, but I love painting on fabric. So when I was a child, a teenager, I used to do a lot of fabric design to make money. basically.
Yes.
Right. So this is just a random piece, untitled.
Okay, so you use different types of fabric, and then you also paint on the fabric. So it's
So this is actually another challenge that someone gave me this fabric. It's a very sheer fabric, and he said he asked a lot of people to paint on it, if painting can be done on it. And they all said, no, it will seep, it will cause problems. And I said, you know what, I like a challenge when it comes to art. So I took the fabric and I painted on the fabric. It was more than one piece, but this is like the ultimate piece.
Yes.
And immediately when he saw it, he gave me a job to paint something on somebody's outfit. So he's a designer. So he wanted to see who's the best person he can choose to do art on fabric.
Yes, what type of fabric is it? Looks like silk, almost like silk.
It's a silk mix.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so it's a silk mix. So it's very sheer, very, very, as you see.
Yes.
I had to put something in the back for you to see the image properly.
Oh. Yeah. And then around the face, what did you use?
Acrylic.
Oh, so all of that is painted on.
It's painted on the fabric.
Ah, it looked like extra fabric stitched on. That's
the way it is
beautiful.
done at the edges.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay.
The whole thing is acrylic paint on this fabric.
On the fabric.
So
Beautiful.
this is the fabric close up.
Yes.
And the acrylic. So what you do is you put white first.
Yes.
And then you apply whatever else after.
Okay.
So you see how sheer the fabric is when you cut it?
Yes, it is. And I really thought those colors were, you know, a collage of.
Oh no, I don't do the applique work. No.
Yes.
And this one, this is my mom and my dad and myself.
Okay.
A self-portrait.
Yes, yes, wonderful. And pencil work again.
Yes, color pencil and the B's. 6B, 5B, 4B.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Quite realistic.